there everyone, my name is Jenna. Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we are going to be doing some more Christmas decor shopping. And in case you missed it, in my last video, we did a thrifted shop with me and haul where we bought a bunch of secondhand pieces that helped to add character and warmth to our Christmas decorating. So today we're going to keep with the vintage theme, but we're going to visit some antique malls and vintage booths here in the Phoenix area. And this is a little bit more curated. So things have been a little bit more thoughtfully sourced and they're kind of put out like a boutique and styled, so we can get some fun holiday decorating inspiration from going through some of the booths. And the goal is to still keep it budget friendly, but add that warmth and character into our space. So we're gonna start off at the Brass Armadillo here in the Phoenix area, and then we're also gonna go meet up with my friend Brandy at Merchant Square. And then afterwards, we'll come back home and I'll do a little haul and styling session with everything that I bought. So I'm excited to share it with you guys, and without further ado, let's go shopping. Look at this crock up here. This is $45 and it has like a Christmas scene on it with like a reindeer. And I love the little winged detail. I had to take it down. I love the salt glaze on here. And what I actually was thinking is like you could use this side during, the holidays, and then you could just flip it around because this side is plain. So, as long as you use it against a wall or something, that could be really cute, actually. I might get this. This sled is actually really cute. I've been looking for a sled to put in front of our fireplace. This doesn't really match our space, like color-wise. I think I might try to keep an eye out for just like a plain wood one, but this is still cute. I like the woven detail on the seat part. This vintage rolling pin is actually kind of cute too for the holidays. $29.99. But has like that vintagey feel to it, and you just like put this in your utensil crock, maybe mixed in with some wooden spoons and other pieces. That would be kind of pretty. It's just different, I haven't seen anything like this before. Look at this pair of little snowmen. They look hand blown. The big one's 22 and the small one is 13. That is so cute. I love hand-blown glass. These would be really cute just like on a shelf or something, and I love that they're a pair. You guys know I love my brass for the holidays. This is actually really cute with the trumpets. I've been seeing a lot of these here at the antique stores. I like that it's like a double one, so you could put this on a mantle and then just have two staggered candles in here. I actually really like that one. $25 isn't bad either. This is such a cute little corner shelf. It's only $15. Probably not necessarily for the holidays, but if you had like maybe actually a corner spot in a kitchen, you could put like extra baking stuff for the holidays and some little holiday candles and figures and stuff like that. That could actually be kind of cute. You could like maybe drape some greenery on here, like some holiday garland or something, like a mini one. It's kind of fun. For $15, not bad. I like these green and jute ornaments in this pedestal bowl. They're $4 each. It's kind of cute with the knot in there. It's different. I like that. I like how they all look in like a pedestal bowl. That looks really elegant, like maybe styled on like a console table or something. Just kind of like this concept. Not necessarily this bowl, but I think that's really pretty. Okay, this is actually a really cool cutting board. It's only $20, and I find it really rare to find like chunky distressed ones. Like if you do see like the old wooden ones, they're usually a lot thinner. So I like to use these for risers. So I'll pop things on here like little gingerbread houses, cookie jars, use this as a little riser for like a candle and a vase. So they always come in handy when I want to style some items, but I kind of want to make them feel a little bit more elevated and styled and organized. I also love the shape of this. It's actually really cute. It totally has a vintage look to it. Okay, so I know it's not Christmas related, but this old weathered ladder is so cute. And actually you could hang this on the wall for the holidays. And I just envision hanging like different ornaments on here, like maybe some sentimental ornaments. Because I know sometimes like with the trees, some ornaments like don't go with the scheme if you do more of a themed tree. So this could be a pretty way to display like leftover ornaments and just hang this on the wall. I love that old weathered wood. I think that is so pretty. Or you could even just like prop this up somewhere, like on a countertop in a bathroom or something. You could do some ornaments in like a hand towel. It's actually really cute for $25. These are really pretty for a holiday tablescape. I've just never seen something with this shape before. It's a set of 3 for $29.97. Just kind of a fun shape and something different. And I like that they're all different heights. You could also put like 2 of these on a mantle or something. That's just kind of fun with the curvy detail like that. Oh, this trumpet is so cute. 18 bucks. I really think this would be beautiful just like hung in a wreath. Like if you had a larger wreath, just adding that touch of brass would be so pretty. Just would kind of dress it up a little bit, make it feel, you know, a little bit more decorated and add that vintage touch. I just love these. And $18 for this isn't horrible. They also have a little copper one too. Oh my gosh, I love this little reindeer bowl. $38. I love kind of like that hammered look of it. And this would be pretty just with like some pine cones inside. Personally, I do brass for the holidays, but if you did silver, this would be really pretty.
Okay, so now we've moved on to Merchant Square with Brandy, and she actually has a YouTube channel of her own with lots of vintage and thrifting videos, so definitely go check her out if you want more decor inspiration, but we're going to take a look around and see what we can find.
Look at these little pears. You guys know I'm obsessed with anything beaded. I actually have those ones that I got at Home Goods. They're like actually a pear bowl filler, but I love that these are like little ornaments. And I like that they're more of like a gold color and they're actually vintage. So $2.50 each, and there's a bunch of them in here. So pretty. These are also really beautiful too. I love the ribbon on them. Let's see. Is it a garland? Glass bulb garland. Oh, you can just see the age on there. Like, that's so pretty. Okay, I don't know what you would use this for, but this is such a unique dough bowl. It has like all of these little holes in it, probably for little dough balls, but it's $125. I don't know, you could maybe just put some ornaments in here, or just like a bunch of candles with some greenery. I actually did something similar with a little tray that I got, like an antique stone tray, and I just put some little round candles in it. You could do that with this just on a larger scale. That'd be kind of pretty. Oh my gosh, you guys, look at this pillow. It's kind of like a minty green, but it's a vintage rug. So this would be so pretty to incorporate like on a sofa if you're kind of trying to put those green hues in there, but you still want to keep it neutral. Let's see. 50 bucks? That's actually really good for a vintage style pillow. I might get this. It's actually really beautiful year round also. But look at the combo of like this pretty rug print with the evergreen and then the brass. Like that's so pretty. Okay, look at this plate wreath idea. This kind of looks like ornaments with the little mini blue and white vintage plates. And obviously you could cater this more towards the holidays and make this more of like a evergreen wreath, but this is actually really cute for year round. And I love how they have the bow on here. You could even cater it to whatever color scheme you have in your space, you know, with like red or even just white. This is such a fun and unique idea, especially in like a dining space or maybe in a kitchen. I love this little glass tree. Like if you put this next to a candle or something, just a sweet little layering piece. It's $26, especially with like some twinkle lights behind it or something, and just how the glass would catch the light. It's really cute. Okay, I love these little mercury glass pedestal bowls. They're actually vintage, and this one's $16. They have a larger one that's $18. So you could use them as a set of two, like style on a shelf. Just for the holidays, they're so pretty. I actually like how they have this candle in it. It looks pretty, kind of like through the glass. That'd be pretty at night, but I also like that you could use this for a fun little floral arrangement with some evergreen stems in here, and just some like, you know, pine cones or something like that. The sun is hitting this kind of weird right now, but I love using crocks like this for my little Christmas trees, especially if you buy those burlap Christmas trees. It's really nice to just pop them in here, and it kind of gives them more of an old world look. Like I said, the sun is really bad, but this is 50 bucks. So that's not horrible for this size. You know, you could put a taller tree in here and it would just like make it feel a lot more cozy.
That'd be so pretty. Also, these sticks are kind of...
Yeah, I like the texture on them. Yeah. Are they grapevine? I don't even know what they are, but
they're like really whimsical.
Yeah, if you even maybe just put like some greenery in here with it, like yeah. I like the movement and like the texture that they have.
I kind of wonder if this is something we can go get out, you know, in the desert.
Oh yeah.
I'm not sure.
Like, is it desert specific? If anybody knows what these are, let us know.
Like reindeer. I just want room for that.
I know. It's so fun and like rustic looking.
Yeah.
Like rustic, kind of woodsy.
Yeah.
I also think this is kind of cute how they used a cookie cutter, like a vintage cookie cutter as an ornament.
Yeah.
That's kind of fun. And I love these. These are really beautiful. I'm scared I'm gonna like break
They're
them.
so delicate.
But they're so pretty.
Oh, these are old. They're whole, made in the U.S.
Ooh, how much?
16.
That's not horrible. Like for a little bud vase too.
No,
You know, you could
yeah.
use that with like, or put like, I don't know, like a couple holiday stems in there.
Yeah, that's.
What would you use it for?
I love that idea, or maybe even like a taper candle. If you burn the bottom, like melt it a little bit and like stick it in there, just kind of different.
Yeah, I love like the ceramic look of them.
Two, okay, if you had guests at your house or something, you could put cream in here and like have it, you know, like with some biscuits or some like
Or like even
baked goods.
syrup,
Yeah,
like a little syrup warmer for your pancakes or French toast.
That's smart.
Those are cute.
Those are so cute.
I also like this thing too. Like, and that's cute
yeah.
how they have the candle in there.
You know what? I have some of these, and
Yeah.
I will wrap some of my old ribbon, like vintage ribbon and stuff on them, or like twine. Like I'll really use them
Yeah,
because they're practical.
that's actually really smart. Like, you could have a cute little wrapping station too, like on a desk.
Yeah,
I love that.
So
Wrapping station.
Okay, so now we are back home from the antique stores and I'm gonna show you guys a little haul of everything that I found and how I'm going to style it. So the first thing that I got was this really cute little salt glazed crock. Now I showed you guys this in the shop with me portion and it was listed at the store for $45, but I was able to negotiate it down to $40, which I felt like was pretty good for a salt glazed crock of this size with this really pretty kind of unique hand painted reindeer scene on here. That is one thing about antique malls is a lot of times you can negotiate. Usually if the item is over a certain price point, a lot of places do $50, some do $100. The guys at the front were super helpful. They just called the vendor and I just told them the price that I wanted to offer and the vendor was really nice and accepted it. So that is something if you are shopping at antique malls, know that you can, if a price is a little bit higher, you can maybe negotiate or ask to make an offer and see if it gets accepted. So I love this for the holiday season, especially for the kitchen. This would be a really beautiful utensil crock, or I could also place a little tree in here, just like a little rustic pine tree or something. What I think I'm gonna do is just style 2 evergreen branches in here and then pop this on our open shelving in our kitchen to add a little bit of height and that rustic woodsy vibe with the greenery. I love that this has a little touch of that navy blue in the design on here because we have blue going on in our kitchen. So it'll kind of tie that in, and I love this like woodsy imagery here that was hand painted onto this. And like I said, for the rest of the year, if I style it against a wall, I can just use it on this side and it'll be nice because this is salt glazed so it can hold water, and I can put some rustic branches in here or a floral arrangement or whatever. So I could even just use it as a utensil crock as well. And I love the old world look of it. Anything like with an earthy salt glaze, I love it. So good find. Okay, so this next piece is a little bit too big to show you on camera, so I'm just going to insert footage, but it does have a little bit of a backstory. And recently my husband and I went to celebrate our anniversary in Laguna Beach. It's one of our favorite places, and we were just kind of like strolling around, walking through some of the shops, and they have this really cute home decor shop in the main like shopping area. And of course I'm going through it and looking at all the antiques, and I spot this beautiful antique sled. It was exactly what I've been looking for years, just really rustic, and I love that it had this distressed wood on it. And I looked at it, it had a $150 price tag on it, and I was kind of like, you know what? I don't need this, like we're on our vacation. I don't need to buy a sled. So we left and we were kind of like hanging out in the Laguna Beach area for a couple of nights, and I would always walk by and look at the sled. And then on the last night, Mike was like, you should just get it tomorrow. And we were actually gonna leave early in the morning because it's kind of a far drive back to Phoenix. So we were gonna get an early start and just kind of have the rest of the day here to do laundry and unpack and all that. And Mike was like, you should just wait till they open. They opened at 10. So that would kind of delay us getting back by a couple of hours. But I was like, yeah, I do really like it. And it would kind of give me the memory of being here in Laguna Beach. And I would remember this little shop that I found it at. So we decided to wait till they opened and we went in to get the sled. And the employees were so nice. They helped me remove everything off the sled because there was a lot of stuff styled on it and I didn't want to break anything. And then once they got everything off, I was so excited because it looked even prettier without everything on it. I just felt like it was totally that like rustic wood look that I wanted, and I was so excited that we had waited. And then they talked to the manager and it was not for sale apparently. And I think the thing that was confusing to me is that there was a price tag on it. So there was a price tag on it and then there was like another tag on the underside that said not for sale. And I was so bummed. So, you know, we came back home, it was fine, I don't need it, it was just like something that I had wanted for a couple of years. And then I was on Facebook Marketplace and I saw this sled and I was like, oh my gosh, that's a almost identical looking sled for $50, for 1/3 of the price. So of course I immediately messaged the lady and she was super nice and I was able to meet up with her and get it. So now I have this sled and it's exactly what I wanted. And it's really funny how similar it looks to the one that was in Laguna Beach. So what I'm gonna use this for is just simply styling underneath our Christmas tree. And once we start to get some presents, I think this will be a really beautiful layering piece. I can pop some on there, I can style some in front like the smaller ones, and it'll just kind of add another layer of warmth to our Christmas tree with that rustic wood and give it that wintry feel. It would also look pretty just styled right next to our fireplace. I don't know right now if I'm gonna layer things on top of it yet or just kind of leave it as it is. I personally think it's so beautiful just with that rustic raw wood, so I don't want to like disguise it by putting a bunch on it, but I do think it'll be a nice piece to have to kind of layer my presents on, put under the tree, and just make this space feel a lot more rustic and old world. And I love the story of how it came about, so definitely a really good find. Okay, so next up we have another crock, and I got this really pretty just simple blue stripe crock, and I believe this guy was $10, and I really liked how it had this little chip on the bottom. I feel like that just shows some character, and I love a little touch of like that worn patina on there. Just gives it that older, worn, warm look that I always love to infuse into my space. So I thought this could be great for so many different things actually year round. But what I'm actually going to use it for right now is I'm just going to pop it on our kitchen countertop and put one of those cheap craft store trees in here just to give that like rustic woodsy look to our countertops. Also, this would be a great little vase for like wildflowers or just going to the backyard and cutting some roses and some olive stems. I also thought this would be nice to pop on the counter the rest of the year, and I could pop some silverware in here just so it's easily accessible and looks kind of like styled and vintage in this cute little crock. It's also great for like art supplies or pencils and pens like on my desk. So I thought that it had a lot of uses, and $10 was such a good price. Okay, so in my thrifted holiday decor video, I showed you guys those really cute little trumpet candlestick holders. So when I was shopping with Brandy, I found this really pretty large scale brass one, and this one was $20. I did have the two smaller ones, so I figured I could style that with this one for a group of 3. I think styling in groups of 3s is really visually pleasing to the eye. Just having an odd number, especially if they're all staggered at different heights, I think that just looks really pretty. So I thought that this was nice to be able to complete the set, but it's also very substantial, so it could totally stand on its own. And it kind of just looks like a trumpet if I don't want to style a candle in it. I thought this would be a nice like figural piece to add that pretty touch of vintage brass to, you know, a little vignette, maybe in the kitchen or maybe on my console table. And I like how this kind of has a little bit of age, a little bit of patina on the brass itself. And there's also a potential to keep my eye out next year at the thrift stores, and maybe I can collect even more and just have a bunch of them that could line a tablescape. I think that would be really pretty too. So always happy to add to the brass candlestick collection for the holidays. All right, everyone, that about wraps up this video. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. It really does help to support my channel, and make sure that you're subscribed so you don't miss my future home decorating videos. And I just want to thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you're having a lovely holiday season so far, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.